Hey guys, Janice Bond, letting your light shine. Thank you all so much for joining me. All right, so we wanted to talk about some of the signs that you're healing from narcissistic abuse, okay? I was thinking about some of this today and I was like, oh my gosh, I've come so far in the last 13 months, it's not even funny. Wow, I'm pretty blotchy. I was in the sun today at the pool. It's 90 degrees here in Arizona. So yeah, I had some pool time this morning and I'm like, oh, I'm pretty blotchy. Anyway, so I don't know why I said that. Anyway, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I've experienced over the last 13 months being away from the narcissist and healing on my journey. And I wanted to share some with you because I think it's so important that we all share with each other some of the things that we experience and go through so that we can then share and help other people, okay? So first and foremost, I have learned to crave self-care and self-time, my own self-time, my own reading time, my own, pool time, my own exercise time. Everything that I want to do comes before whatever I do for somebody else, okay? And you know what? That's my right at this point in my life, right? Okay, I've raised my kids have kids, and you know what? I get to be grandma. I don't have to worry about raising kids anymore. So you know what? I do get to come first. And I'll be damned if there's any man on this planet that's going to make himself come before me ever again, because I can promise you that will never happen. Never, okay? Self-care is so important, and no matter what you need to do for you, even if it means, and I've talked about this many times, taking 5 minutes to go into a separate room by yourself, lighting a candle, staring at it for 5 minutes, and just getting like into your Zen moment or whatever works for you, okay? Because we all have our own thing that we do. Some of the things that I do for myself is I do yoga. Okay, that's my favorite. I do reflexology once a week, every week. I sit by the water a lot. Okay, I meditate daily. I do a lot of journaling, and I take time just to read a book and just decompress. I used to love to read a book on my iPad, but I've learned that over the last year, I really prefer to read a book in a hardcover or soft cover, because reading a book online just makes me feel like I'm working still, okay? Because I sit at my computer every day, and I sometimes just want to just get away from life, okay? So that's some of the things that I do for me. All right, so you will do whatever it takes to protect your mental health and your physical space. You're not going to allow anybody to come into that space where it feels safe for you, where it feels like this is my place. Nobody else gets to reside here, and you're gonna start craving that more and more, okay? I love having my own place. Like and I've even said, like, any serious relationship that I get into in the future, I don't think I will ever get rid of my place. This is my little space, and I just want to be able to come here whenever. I've made it my own. It's lovely. It's gorgeous. It's peaceful, it's serene, it's my happy place. I saged again the other day. I like to do that like once a month, even though I don't have a lot of people come in here. Only the good people come in here, okay? Nobody with a bad attitude will ever walk through those doors. But I like to do that just to keep it cleansed, and it's my personal space and my happy place. And I'm very grateful for where I've come from a year ago, because it was in a very dark place. So as you can see, this is my home office. It's very bright, like it's super bright. I got all these windows and I love it. But that makes me happy. Like this is what I feel good, okay? And then my living room down there is also very open and spacious and bright, and I love it. So anyway, got off on a tangent. All right, you no longer care about your ex. Well, that went out the window the day I kicked his butt out, because the second I kicked him out, I was like, oh, hell no, like, you're gone forever. But again, I was building up to that for months prior to it, so I was already checked out, probably in November or December of 21. I filed for divorce in June of 21, so I was clearly on my way, but he took me back. Well, he didn't take me back. He manipulated his way back in. And, you know, I just fell for it again, I think twice between that, but then I was like, no more. So I really started to, you know, let him go at that time. Like I know, but the reason I'm sharing that is because a lot of you are still like on that verge of either leaving or it's very new to you. And we're human, okay? We feel emotions. We have hearts, so we do feel empathy for people and we feel sorry for people. The narcissist will never feel sorry for you. In fact, the narcissist that you probably just left or left you, well, praise them if they left you. They've moved on to somebody else, or they had somebody before they even left, okay? Whereas I left and I didn't have anybody else. I didn't want anybody else. I didn't need anybody else. I wanted me. I wanted to find out who Janice was again, okay? So that's why you just no longer, the second you don't care about your ex is the second you know that you're healed, okay? I always said, the moment you get to the point where your ex is repulsive is the moment that you are over him or her, okay? Because when our exes repulse us, we're done. All right, and then you are going to immediately start noticing other relationships that are unhealthy because you're aware. When you become free from the narcissist, you're going to be in this place where it feels safe and it feels happy. You're going to feel joy again. You're going to feel, okay, the best way I can explain it is I feel like taking a deep breath and the weight of the world has left your shoulders. That is the best way that I can describe it, okay? You feel whole again. You really do. So you're going to notice when something doesn't feel right, and you're going to start noticing red flags, and you're going to start noticing things that people do that are narcissistic behavior, because you're going to be away from it, that you're going to be able to recognize it. Because when we're in it, it's normal to us, but it's not normal. It just feels normal because that's what we've had for so many years. But when you're away from it and you go back to seeing that behavior from maybe it's not even a relationship for you. Maybe it's maybe it's a friend of yours who just started dating a new guy or gal, and you're like, whoa, hold on. I see some really, really shady crap going on, and I want you to be aware. Only because you've been in it and you recognize it, so then you can share that with your friends or family or whomever and get them to the point where they recognize it, okay? So you're gonna recognize it right away. And let's see, what else did I write down? You're also going to be more concerned about your life than the narcissist's life. One of the things that I struggled with many times that I kicked him out was, I always felt guilt, like, God, he has nowhere to go. Oh man, what's he gonna do for food? What's he gonna do for the, and I was like, my therapist said to me, and I think I shared this before. He goes, Janice, blank, narcissist, is a grown ass man. He'll figure it out. And I looked at John, my therapist, and I went, John, why are you so damn clever? Why are you so good? Like, that made so much sense to me. He's a grown-ass man. He'll figure it out. And I went, you're right. Why is that my responsibility for somebody who's in his 50s to figure out where he's going to get his next meal or figure out where he's going to get a job? Why is that my responsibility? So therapy's great. So if you can get into therapy, yeah, just hearing him say that, when John said that to me, I was like, oh my gosh. That the second he said that, I never ever felt another ounce of guilt again. So, and this was pre booting him out, and whether the narcissist wants to believe or not, and I really don't care. I was in therapy for years, and he didn't even know, but I had to get into therapy because I had to just build up some of my self-worth again through, talking it out with people that were professionally involved in dealing with narcissistic relationships that harm people. So it was really good to hear that, because that statement alone helped me tremendously. Okay. So you're more, okay, you will not look for problems. You will only look for solutions, okay? When you're in a relationship with a narcissist, as you know, there is only one focus, and that is all the problems. The narcissist never wants a solution, because if they move to solution status, what does that mean for them? That means that they cannot engage in a fight. That means that they cannot continue to manipulate you and win the battle that they're always playing. So you can then start focusing on solutions for anything in your life. And you know what? You can solve those very quickly. Any problem out there can be solved so quickly, but when you're with a narcissist, oh my gosh, there's no problem that will ever be solved. It will just go on and on and on, okay? So, yeah, so those are some signs that you are healing through narcissistic abuse, and just give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. Tell yourself you love you. You love yourself. Wink at yourself in the mirror. I know that sounds weird, but you know what? We treat our best friends better than we treat ourselves. So if we can give ourselves the same love and respect that we do for the people that we love in our lives, children, you know, friends, family, whatever, you're gonna see that the advice you give to yourself is going to be so much more rewarding for you in the future. Okay, so stay strong. Think about nobody other than yourself right now getting through this. I mean, you think about people because you got to take care of your kids or your family or whatever. But what I mean by that is being selfish in a way that you're like, you know, no, I can't go out with you on Friday night because I really have a yoga meditation class that I really have been, you know, focused on for the last month. And it was, you know, scheduled 6 weeks ago. I'm really looking forward to that. Do it. Okay. And you know what? The people that you had plans with are going to completely understand, because I said that to my friend the other day. He did some stuff, and I said to him, I go, Nick, I am so proud of you for doing self-care. Like, a lot of people don't know how to do that because we're always feeling guilty, like we have something else to do. Well, we do. There's always something else to do, but you have to put yourself first, because if you don't put yourself first, guess what? You're not good for anybody else. All right. Self-care is crucial. All right. Thanks, guys. I will be back soon. I know I keep talking about my friend Christina. She will be here soon because we are doing the video of when the narcissist showed up at her door. This is going to be good. It'll be our next video. What time is it? It's about 3 o'clock here in Arizona. So probably in a few hours. Okay. All right. Love and light to all of you. Thank you.